Alright, hello everyone. This is Noob here, and yeah, if you didn't already see by the title, I'm going to be talking about just all the stuff that we've gotten for the Winx Club reboot. And now I'm going to be trying to be doing this in a different way than what I normally do. You see, for when it comes to my usual videos, like my videos up to this point, they've been pretty difficult to put together in a lot of ways. Just in general, making those videos takes a lot of time. First I gotta come up with the script, and then I gotta record all the audio, and then I have to edit together all the footage and all that, and so it could be a bit of a time consuming process. So I decided to just streamline it a little bit with a new experimental video format, which is where these unscripted videos come in. So the basic gist of it is that I'm just going to be having a basic outline with a few bullet points detailing my thoughts, and I'm just going to be talking from there. And yeah, I'll just be adding in some video game footage or whatever in the background, just so you have something to watch while I talk about whatever I feel like talking about. And yeah, hopefully this format works for y'all. Hopefully it's still entertaining, still fun. But yeah, this is the first video I'm going to be doing with this new format. So basically, like I said, we're going to be talking about all of the stuff we've gotten for just the Winx reboot, the Winx Club reboot, my general thoughts, whether I'm positive, negative, excited, all that stuff. Okay, so starting with developments. Okay, so isn't this the fifth rendition of Winx reboot content that we've got? I know there have been multiple different renditions throughout the past year and also this year, just different designs, different story concepts, and it's just I honestly don't know where Rainbow is heading with all of this. And honestly, we still don't even know if this is going to be the last rendition. For all we know, there could be some new designs that we don't know about. But I actually kind of just hope this is the last rendition, because one, I don't know if I could take any more delays. I've just been very interested in seeing where this reboot goes, and there's just been a lot of delays in that. So I just really want to see when it releases and what it's gonna bring us. And yeah, I hope this is the last one because of that, and also just because I'm actually pretty relatively positive on what we've gotten so far. I'll be going into my general thoughts in a little bit, but just from what I've seen, there's been pretty positive stuff. Of course, like I've said, I'm not going to be talking about any of the leaks that I've seen, and yeah, hopefully this is the last rendition of all the concept art and stuff. But anyway, on to the different aspects of development. First, the general transition to 3D animation. There are two different ways I sort of want to talk about it. On its own, I think the animation is fine. It's actually I think it's really good just in general. I actually saw Mermaid Magic I watched it a little while ago, and it's basically using the same animation style that Winx Club is going to be using, only that Winx Club is going to be having a higher budget. And yeah, I really like the animation in that show. The animation was nice, and also the transformation sequences were very nicely animated. So that's the type of quality we can expect from the reboot. I'd say we'd be in a good place. And also just the recent animation stuff we've gotten from the trailer, and also the video detailing the character designs has also been pretty great. In comparison to the 2D animation, well, yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I prefer the original 2D animation, but honestly, from what I've seen on the internet, it feels people have been way over dramatic about the animation change. I honestly think the hate is overblown. I can understand from a business perspective why Rainbow would want to make this shift to 3D animation. It helps with marketability and finances. 3D animation is kind of in for kids cartoons, and also it's just less expensive And like there's this whole thing about how animation is like super expensive, particularly hand-drawn animation, and that's actually why I imagine that's like why they switched from like the hand-drawn animation in the first 4 seasons to the puppet rig animation in season 5 and onwards. Also, please stop calling it flash animation. It is not. We don't call it flash animation. We call it puppet rig animation or rigging. A flash animation is like a derogatory term, and that's just like meant to throw shade at puppet rig animation. One, it's so much better than the worst examples you can find online. Also, y'all might hate me for this, but the 2D animation, just like quality wise, was never really that great. Like even in the earlier seasons, like it was fine. It got the job done, but it tended to be like, especially like with the art style, it tended to be very inconsistent, very choppy at points. There were times when it was like more fluid for like fight scenes and stuff, but in general, I don't think like the 2D animation was all that. So I think like in terms of quality, the 3D animation is much better. It's more so just like the art style that I'm probably gonna miss. Okay, so next up, I wanted to talk about the story. There's not much to like go off of so far. Like I said, there have been like a bunch of different renditions throughout the production of this new show. I know that there was like some concept art in like a magazine photo, I think, where it was like Bloom fighting the Wizards of the Black Circle, and I thought that was like pretty interesting. It could possibly be like some foreshadowing for future seasons, but you know, they could also be like the main villain in the first season if you wanted to go there, and it would just need to be like executed well, of course. But other than that, I don't think there's much more story content that's really been revealed so far. The trailer that came out like a little while ago that shows Bloom discovering her magic, running through the park, and then getting attacked by something with Mitzi. I think these are all pretty interesting story beats. With Bloom discovering her magic, I like that it gives her a bit more agency in the story, because that's something I had a bit of an issue with in the original show. Just like how little agency Bloom tended to have, like as the main character in certain situations. And her running through the park, I'm assuming she's running from like something, like a monster maybe. Don't really know much about that, not much to say about that. But her getting attacked, that scene where she gets attacked by something in the bathroom stall with Mitzi, I think it's really interesting because it doesn't seem like Mitzi was like even aware that there was like a monster like there. I've actually like heard some theories that apparently like it might be because this is like a magical monster, humans can't see it, and if so, I think that's an interesting direction to take. I'll have to like see what they really do with it, but yeah, it seems interesting. But of course, all of this is just like speculation. We don't know if anything that we saw in the trailer is going to be included in the actual show, or if it was just an animation test. But yeah, it all seems pretty interesting just from the small bits that we've gotten. And for like the newer trailer that came out detailing like the character designs and all that, we saw some like small bits of Althea. I don't really have like many comments to add there. I like the general design of everything. Hopefully the schools aren't as stereotypical and gendered as they were in the original. That's another big issue I had with Winx Club, because like I know it was the 2000s and it was like a product of its time in that sense, but Winx is just like very outdated in the sense of like, it's these like female protagonists who have to be paired up with male protagonists. All of them have to, and only females can be fairies. The guys have to be like specialists and heroes and all that stuff. So hopefully it's just like a bit more inclusive in that front. Okay, so yeah, moving on to the characters. It doesn't seem like there's very much to go off of, more so for like the other Winx than like Bloom, because like I said, we did get like that trailer with her. So speaking of Bloom, just from like the small bits that we've seen, I like that they're sort of like giving her more character traits in this one, because that was like one of my issues with the original show. Another one of my issues, just like Bloom as a main character could feel kind of bland at times. The 4Kids dub did a lot to make her like more interesting as a character, more fun to watch. And yeah, I do plan on talking about like all of the dubs really, but yeah, it's great that they're giving her like more character traits. Of course, she's like very artsy, which is like something that they kind of like dropped off after the first season. Yeah, she seems to be like pretty hot-headed just from like her frustration over like the artist block, I think is what she was going through. Yeah, she also seems pretty snarky, and I know everyone's been talking about like that gremlin face she makes when she talks to Mixie, and yes, I love it too, but in general I just like love snarky characters who always have like something to say. So yeah, it's great that they're giving her more of these character traits, making her more of a fun character, but only time will tell how she fares in the main show. So for the other Winx, there's like not much to talk about. With Stella, I did hear like a theory that she's going to be Bloom's first follower because like Mixie like said something like, I want an apology on social media, and Bloom's like, but nobody follows me on social media.
I want an apology on social media, but nobody follows me on social.
And so Stella's going to be like her first follower, and I absolutely love that. But yeah, other than that, not really much to go off of. And for the other Winx, it's pretty like similar. I did like have some notes down that Flora seems to be carrying like more of that mom energy we got from season 1, just like from that scene in the trailer where she's talking to Bloom and she's like, we'll teach you everything we've learned.
We'll teach you everything we've learned.
So I'm very interested if they're going back to like her personality more so in like season 1, because there are times where like Flora in seasons 2 through 8 kind of feels like an entirely different character compared to season 1. They kind of just like leaned much more on the like tree hugger personality in like the later seasons, whereas in season 1 she was still like generally a kind character, but she had like times where she could be assertive, times where she could be like, and times where she could be kind of selfish, honestly. And so I think it's like really nice that they're leaning more on her like season 1 personality, since that's definitely what I preferred, especially since they never did anything interesting with her in seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. They tried to do like something interesting with her in season 5, but it wasn't executed in the best way. So yeah, if they're going back to how she was in season 1, that's definitely going to be fun to watch. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to talk about with them personality-wise, but the designs. Okay, y'all might hate me for this, but I actually like most of them. So yeah, I'm pulling them up right now, and yeah, I know people have said that Bloom's design is like a little too kiddie, but I mean, I don't really see it. In general, like, I like her design. I think like the earlier one, like the ones where like just like all 6 Winx girls are just like standing in like the black background. I'll probably like put it up on the screen. I like her outfit there much more. But I think like in general her outfit is fine. I don't really have much specific to say about it, but yeah, it's fine. Stella's outfit is probably the one I like the least out of them. There's nothing like outright bad about it, but like it's serviceable. It's just like a little bland. The colors could be like a little more extravagant, more out there, but in general, like it's fine. Like it's not bad. Flora's outfit though is definitely my favorite out of the bunch. Like I said before, it seems like they're leaning on more of her like assertive side from season 1, and the outfit definitely like reflects that. It has like a bit more of an edge to it compared to like her outfits in the later seasons of the original show, and I'm honestly here for it. I really love the look. It looks really nice. Misa is another one that I'm like kind of mixed on, just because it seems to be like borrowing from her like season 1 look in the original, and I like wasn't too crazy about her season 1 look, but you know, it's fine. I like her I like the season 1 pigtails. I know a lot of people didn't like them, but I like them. But I probably just like I do prefer like her earlier designs, like in the aforementioned black screen photo shot. Yeah, Aisha's design, yeah, it's pretty good as well. It could be like, I feel like it could be a bit more stylized, but as is, it's fine. Like, it's good, it serves its purpose. But like, Tekna's outfit though, it is literally so great. Like, I love the hair, I love the futuristic design, and like, just like, in general, I'm interested to see what they do with Tekna in this new reboot, because like, in the original show, they never really did anything like interesting with her except in like the aforementioned season 5. Just like in general, I feel like season 5 tried to do something interesting with each of the girls, but it didn't really like go to plan in a lot of ways. So I'm interested to see what they do with Tekna in this new reboot. But yeah, in general, like the casual outfits that we've seen, I think that they're fine. Okay, so but the transformations, and yeah, y'all are definitely gonna hate me for this because I know a lot of people don't really like the transformations all that much, but I actually like really like them. I think in general they're just like really good, really like nicely designed. Bloom's outfit, yeah, her outfit is really good. I think I probably do prefer like her original Magic Winx look, but this one is also like really fine, and I especially like love the wings and the hairstyle. We need Bloom and more ponytails. But just Stella's design. Yeah, I also really like this one. Once again, I'm a little bit iffy on the colors, but they're generally fine. And I also love her wings. I love that they like they most closely resemble like butterfly wings. And just yeah, in general, I love her design. I think it's really cool. Tekna's design, oh my gosh, it is so good. Her hairstyle is amazing. I love her wings. I love the outfit, and yeah, it's another success. Musa's design, again, I'm a little bit mixed on it. I'm not exactly too crazy about the braids in her hairstyle, but just like the outfit is fine. I like the wings, and it's alright. Just like maybe a different hairstyle could be better. Flora's is definitely my favorite design out of all the ones we've seen. I just like love the outfit. I love that it borrows like some aspects from the original Magic Wings. I love the wings, and also since she's like the only one we've gotten like a transformation sequence for, I really like the little bit we got of her transformation sequence. But yeah, she's definitely my favorite. I love all the little touches here. And Aisha's look, I think that's also really good. I like the wings. I like the design. I also really, really love the hair. And yeah, just in general, like all these designs are really good for me. And just like in general with this new form, I like that they're all pretty streamlined while still having like individual touches. I like that the wings strike that same balance between having a same pattern and being like individualized. And yeah, in general, I just like really love the design for this transformation, but it seems like apparently some people don't really like them as much. Like I've seen a lot of people saying that the outfits are too stylized and that people prefer like the earlier designs where they were like I'll have them on the screen, but the earlier designs of Bloom, Stella, and Flora, where they're kind of like more akin to the Magic Winx transformations. And y'all are probably gonna hate me for this, but I honestly don't. Like, those designs were fine. I didn't really have like any issues with them, but they were also just like kind of bland. And you know, I think it's maybe just because like that's because like a lot of people have been saying that like the new transformation needs to be like more simplistic. But I feel like that same simplicity that made the OG form work in 2D tends to make it like more bland in 3D just because of how much more stylized 3D can be. And in general, I like the transformations being a bit more stylized in the way that they currently are. And while the older designs like weren't bad, they were just a little bland. But, like on the topic of them being too stylized, like first of all, girls, they are not that stylized. I mean, yeah, they are like much more detailed than like the original Magic Wings, but like compared to like Enchantix, Believix, like a lot of the other transformations, I wouldn't say like they're that much more stylized. But like, second of all, why is it a bad thing if there are a bit more details? Like, it's not like the end of the world if like the designers want to add a bit more like variety and stylistic choices to these transformations. I don't really understand why we're comparing them to the original show like this, and because like just because it's leaving like the original like designs of the original show doesn't mean like it's gonna fail. And in general, that's like one of my biggest issues with a lot of the discourse surrounding the new reboot. It feels like some people just want this to be Winx Club 2.0 with all the same ideas, all of the same characters, everything just like regurgitated. And yeah, that seems to be like where a lot of the problems with the animation, the characters, and everything else come from. But like, I feel like it's important to remember that like this is a reboot, and technically we're not even the target audience for this new reboot. Like, and this is also like a bit of a dig at like the reaction towards the later seasons of the show. We're technically like not the target audience. The target audience for Winx Club has always been like children. Like at most it's tried to aim for like tweens, like not quite teenagers but tweens. But like the target audience has always been like in the children range because like it's a kids show, and obviously that doesn't mean we're not allowed to like make critiques about the show and point out like grievances with it, especially if it's related to like the racism and sort of sexism and like the different controversies Winx has found itself in. But like if your critiques mainly just boiled down to it not being the same as it used to be, you'd probably just be better off just watching the original because it ain't going anywhere. Like it's literally, you can literally watch it free on YouTube, even the Nick and 4Kid steps if you know where to look. But yeah, I feel like some people should be like a bit more open to change when it comes to the Winx Club reboot, because like it's obviously not going to be the same as the original. Obviously with the animation, the characters, and all of that, and yeah, should be a bit more open to change. But yeah, so ending thoughts. Overall, I like everything that we've seen so far. And yeah, I would say, so I would say I'm cautiously optimistic because like Winx has never been like the best in the writing department, even in the earlier seasons. But I'm excited to see what happens here. Interested in all that we've seen, and yeah, I hope it's like, it doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be entertaining and fun, because seasons 6 through 8 were not fun. But yeah, that pretty much concludes my thoughts on the Winx Club reboot. Just to be brutally honest, I think some of y'all are overreacting. It all looks fine. All I can hope for is a show that's fun and whimsical and maybe has some good writing, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up there. But yeah, that pretty much ends the video. Once again, I hope you all enjoy this new format that I'm trying out. Let me know if you have any critiques and comments, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing more of this type of stuff. I plan to be introducing like some more unscripted videos in the future, so yeah, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.